Victor Teo is a political research fellow at the University of Cambridge. He's joining us from Singapore. Victor Teo, always good to speak with you. So what are we seeing here in terms of the tension between Taiwan and China and the United States currently?
Well, I think it's a part of a long-going, I would say, dispute between the United States and China over Taiwan. I mean, this is not new; it has been going on since 1949, when the nationalist regime escaped to Taiwan after the end of the Chinese Civil War, and the Americans have always sought to back Taiwan and to prevent the Chinese from invading Taiwan. So this is the latest in a long-running contestation between the US and China, so it's not new.
No, I mean, not new, Victor, but it's at a particularly low ebb or high frequency. I don't know which way you'd like to describe it right now, with the flying of sorties of Air Force jets into Taiwanese air defense zones, and Taiwan saying that it will use everything in its power to defend itself. So are we going to see an escalation here, or is this just rhetoric for now?
Oh, this is not rhetoric. I mean, over the last 4 years, we have seen a ratchet up in tensions over the issue of Taiwan, and many people were expecting that after Donald Trump stepped down, things would turn for the better. But obviously, President Biden has chose to, if you like, inherit Trump's China policies and have actually not stepped down on. Or de-escalated from confronting the Chinese. But I think this has to be contextualized in view of what's going on in both the United States and in China. In the US, we are seeing the midterm elections looming up in about 2 or 3 weeks, and the Democrats are really worried about losing the House. So everybody wants to be tough on China, not for political purposes. But at the same time, China is facing a lot of problems at home, like you just reported. They have a few crises. The impact of pandemic and the slowdown of the economy is starting to hit home really hard. They see a crisis with the Evergrande, the real property company going, well, not bust, but in serious debt. And they have been confronting the United States for a few years, so they don't really see these as a good time, really, to, if you like, escalate things with the US. But at the same time, they have to act to try and stop the Taiwanese leader from what they see as doing creeping independence. So I guess this is why the Chinese wants to sound tough. They're sending an increased number of airplanes into Taiwan to demonstrate that Taiwan is actually theirs. But at the same time, they are very careful with what they do or say with the United States. So it's a Chinese military now that is commenting, and obviously that's about what the maximum what the military would do now, just to comment and to issue a harsh rebuttal. We don't see them going out to stop the U.S. Warships, not at all.
No,
so
I think we're still a way away from that, Victor. But what about these war games that were held between the Chinese army and the Russian army recently in the Sea of Japan?
Well, I think it's the Chinese. Well, it's a political response by the Russians and the Chinese, but the Chinese and the Russians have had ongoing partnerships of sorts. That goes way back, and even since the 1990s, they have been doing that thing. But now we see Beijing taking an interest, taking a lead in doing in trying to get the Russians on board in East Asia as well. So this is obviously a response to the kind of alliance maneuvers we are seeing in East and Southeast Asia by the United States and her allies. So this is a ritual of sorts. Nothing really very special.
Okay, Victor Teo, do appreciate your analysis. Good to speak with you again. Thank you.